Good morning. Happy Monday. Okay, we finished the squat challenge, right? So I thought I would put together a few workouts. I've written out some workouts for this week, and I would like to do them for at least 2 weeks because I want you to do one set of weights this week and then increase the load next week. Increasing the load is how you build the muscle, right? So if you don't do any weights at all this week, next week do 5 pound weights or 2 pound, whatever you can do, right? But increase it some, because the increased tension helps with the muscle building, which helps as you get older to be able to still function and do all the things you want to be able to do as you age. And a lot of times people struggle with as they get older, right? We see a lot of people walking very slowly, or they have, problems with their legs, or they have to have walkers, different things like that. Moving, building muscle, doing flexibility and strength training, mobility training, all of those type of trainings are so good for your body that helps you to continue to be mobile as you age. Okay? And so it will be, the format will kind of be like today will be legs, and they'll end with a little bit of core. Back is tomorrow, then arms and shoulder, and all of the days ends with just a little bit of core work. Back's tomorrow, arms and shoulders Wednesday, legs Thursday, and full body on Friday. What we're going to do is I have 2 supersets written out, and we will do 10 each exercise. I'm only going to record 1 full set for each of these for y'all, but I would encourage you to go through it at least 2 times, if not 3 times. I prefer 3. 3 really helps you to build that muscle, and helps to build up your body balances and stuff like that. But if you don't have time for 3, try to get 2 in at least. These should not take that long because it's not that many exercises. In total, there are 9 exercises, 3 in each superset of the legs, and then 3 exercises for the core. The core you don't have to repeat. You do each one for 1 minute. You do, like, this first set of core is going to be weighted sit-ups, then leg raises, and then a plank. Now the plank, you can do it from your hands or from your elbows. Hold the plank as long as you possibly can. If you can do a whole minute, do a whole minute. If you can only do 30 seconds, do 30 seconds. But try to do at least 30 seconds. And if you can't, work your way up. It's all good. So our first workout is legs, and the first superset is weighted squats into pulsing stationary lunges, and then into jump lunges. And like I said, it's 10 each. So when you do the pulsing stationary lunges, it's going to be 10 on each leg. The jump lunges is 10 total. Okay? And then we will do that. I'm only going to record it once, like I said. I'm going to go ahead and do the next superset. You would stop it there and go ahead and repeat that superset 1 or 2 more times before going to the next superset. The next superset is going to be deadlifts, calf raises, and a plie squat. You do 10 each of those, and do those 2 to 3 times. Okay, so before we get going on the workout, today's scripture of the day is Proverbs 19:21. Many are the plans in the mind of a man, but it is the purpose of the Lord that will stand. Many times we make plans, we're like, we're going to do this, and I'm going to do this, and you know what? And we forget to ask God. We think, oh, this is God's plan, right? We're doing this for God. But we forget to invite Him into the process. We forget to say, Lord, is this your will? Is this your time? Is this for your purposes? Right? We forget that part, or sometimes it's not even based on Him at all. These are our plans for us to get money, fame, fortune, whatever it is, right? We forget all about Him and His plans. So we have to make sure we line up with His purpose. He will make his time. It'll be in his time. I've been trying to get going in Revelation Wellness, like fitness, full body fitness. And by full body, I do mean your entire body, but I mean body, mind, and spirit, not just your physical body. You need to be healthy in your whole being. We have a lot of people who are going through a lot of things right now. And so mental health is so important. And then also our spiritual health. It's so important to be in the Word every day. This will feed your soul. It will nourish you. It will give you the strength and the joy and the courage and all the things. The fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Spending time in this and in the prayer with the Lord will give you those things. So spiritual health, mental health, and physical health. And the time that we are in and going into, we need to be armored up. We need to be in our best shape. We need to be ready to fight for the kingdom. And we need to be physically, mentally, and spiritually prepared for that. So that is what I like. I feel very strongly that I have been called to do. Multiple times I've thought, okay, this is going to be it, and it hasn't worked out. And you know what? It's going to be in God's timing. I just know I'll keep doing this as He has me doing it. He had me stop for a while, and it's in a different format, but that's okay. I will follow what He says to do, right? All right, so many are the plans in the mind of a man, but it is the purpose of the Lord that will stand. Follow the Lord's purpose, and your plans, if it's His purpose, it will go through. Even if you don't have funds, if it's His purpose, for His purpose and His will, that everything will line up the way it should line up. Not to say you're not going to have any problems, because we all know that that's not the case. Okay, so we're going to do weighted squats, pulsing, stationary lunges, and then jump lunges. We will not have weights for the jump lunges. I am starting with 10-pound weights. You don't have to have weights today if you are not comfortable with weights. If you need a lower weight, a 2-pound weight, water bottles, whatever, you start with what you can do. But make sure your feet are about hip width apart, toes slightly out. This just activates the glute a little bit more. And then you go down in the squat as low as you need to. Make sure, forgot to say this, make sure before you start doing these exercises, you do things, stretches and stuff to warm your body up. I've already been on the elliptical for 20 minutes, so my body's warm. Make sure you do things to warm your legs up. Do not start to try to work out without stretching, because you could injure yourself. Okay, so we're going to do 10 weighted squats. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can put them up here if that's more comfortable for you. 6, 7, 8. Make sure you're pushing through your heels. 9, 10. Make sure you're pushing through your heels. You should be able to lift your toes. Your weight should be in the heels of your feet. And you're sitting back like you're going to sit into a chair. You're just sitting back. I'm going to do one from the side just to show you. You're just sitting back, just like that. Okay, now stationary lunges, 10 on each leg. You put you're like you're on railroad tracks, not a balance beam. You need to be like railroad tracks. Just step 1 foot back. It could be farther back, and it can be just up here. You do how you need it to be, and you just drop down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch legs. Again, railroad tracks. not balance me. Make sure you get your balance. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? And now we have jumping lunges. Okay. Now, you do not have to jump. If jumping is not for you right now, you just do reverse lunges like that. Okay? Sorry. Try and get my breath for a second here. Also making sure if that was my husband coming home or not. Alright, jumping lunges. We're going to start in a lunge. And we're just going to jump. They're also called switch lunges. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 total, not 10 each legs. That's the first circuit, first superset. At this point, you would stop the video, you do those 2 more times, 1 or 2 more times, right? I'm gonna go ahead and record the next part. Deadlifts, calf raises, plie squat. I'm gonna use a heavier weight for the deadlifts because that works your hamstrings, and your hamstrings, they can take more weight. The sneaky thing about the hamstrings though is you may think, oh, this is nothing. You will feel it tomorrow because it will sneak up on you. You may think it's this is a piece of cake. It'll come to you. Okay, so with the deadlifts, your feet are about shoulder width apart. With all of these weights, your core is braced always. Your belt of truth is on, and it is fastened tight. It is braced. And that, by braced, I don't mean suck in your stomach. I mean, you have it like this, so if somebody was to punch you in the stomach, it would be, ooh, you know. You just tighten everything up. It's not sucking in. It's just a bracing, right? Okay, so you have your weights in front of your legs. Let me show you with a smaller weight real quick. So it's a little bit easier to see than with my bigger weights. So your feet actually are a little bit less than shoulder width apart. And you just take you're barely in front of your legs, and you just push your butt back to the back of the room, and you go down the front of your legs. And then come back up. Do not curve your back. Make sure you keep your back flat. And go down as far as you can go. It doesn't have to be this far. It could be here. It can be there. It doesn't matter. Just go as far as you can go. Okay? I am using 15-pound weights today on this. You don't have to. You can use water bottles. You can do no weights. So we're going to go core is braced, shoulders back and down. We're going down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? And now into calf raises. And these, instead of 10, we're doing 15 because we're going to do 5 each direction. You just have your weights to your side, and you come up on your toes facing forward. You just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Toes outwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now toes in. Pigeon toed. 1, oops, keep your balance. 2, 3, 4, 5. Doing all 3 ways helps to work all 3 heads of that muscle of your calves. Now we're going to do a plie squat. We did some of these last time in the squat challenge, but we're going to do them today. So 10 of those. Legs are farther out, toes are pointed to the corners of the room. You can have weights or you don't have to have weights, it's up to you. But you're just going to drop down in the middle. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Weight is in the heels of your feet. 5, 6, 7, 8. Shoulders back. 9, 10. Make sure your chest, whatever you're on your shirt, we should be able to see your shirt. Just like that. 10 of those. Then you would do those again, right? So the last section is core. It's weighted sit-ups, leg raises, and plank. And so we're going to do a weighted sit-up and get down. Let's see if it'll show. Yeah, okay. Just one weight. You're gonna do a minute of this. I'm not gonna do a whole minute right now for the video purpose, but you do a minute of each of these. So the weighted sit up is just like this. Make sure you're breathing. Okay? And then leg raises, you can either add a weight or not. I'm going to hold weights for this, but you do not have to. So your weights are just up here. Make sure you do not hold your breath. Come down as low as you can to the ground, and then just come back up. Okay, do that for a minute. And really all the weights do, it gives you just an extra little bit of workout for your upper body. And let me get mine. The next thing is plank. You can do them on your hands or your elbows. And you can also do it from your knees if you need to. So, this elbow plank, just like this, a full plank like this, and either one you can go to your knees, like that. Just whichever way you do, make sure that your butt's not like this or like this. Make sure it's straight. Embrace that core and breathe and just push through the time. If you need, you can move around. You can do this for just a second to relieve it a little bit, and then finish out your time. Like I said, that's for a minute. So that's the workout for today. Do those at least 2 to 3 times. Let me get back on here real fast. And remember the verse of the day. Many are the plans in the mind of a man, but it is the purpose of the Lord that will stand. When you're making your plans, are you including the Lord? Are you asking Him? Are you speaking to Him if this is His will, if this is for His purpose, and follow His design, His purpose. He will show you. You just have to have your ears open and pay attention to His promptings. Okay, I'm going to get off here and do the rest of my exercises. Y'all finish up. I will be on here tomorrow for back. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Be blessed.